Major approaches to the study of personality. Behavioral approach. Psychology is often viewed as a vast and varied field. There are various approaches to human psychology. One of it is behavioral approach. Before going to the details, please remember to subscribe this channel if you are new here. Do watch other videos in this channel. Share it with students and those who love learning psychology. Thank you. Major approaches to the study of personality. In the previous videos, we have learned type approaches, triad approaches, and psychodynamic approach and the post-Freudian approaches. In this video, we will be learning behavioral approach. Behavior and personality. Behavior is the way in which one acts or conducts oneself, especially towards others. Personality refers to the enduring characteristics and behavior that comprise a person's unique adjustment to life, including major traits, interest, drive, value, self-concept, abilities, and emotional patterns. Various theories explain the structure and development of personality in different ways, but all agree that personality helps determine behavior. Let's see an example of the relationship between behavior and personality. An individual with high extroversion may exhibit behaviors such as seeking social interaction, initiating conversation, and enjoying being the center of attention in social gatherings. They may also engage in activities that involve group participation and thrive in environments with high level of stimulation and social interaction. So, behavior is the way in which one acts or conducts oneself. But personality refers to so many things. It comprises traits, interest, drive, value, self-concept, so many things. And by observing the behavior, we can study the personality or understand the personality. The behavioral theories, it suggests that personality is a result of interaction between the individual and the environment. The behavioral theorists, they study the observable and measurable behavior, often ignoring the role of internal thoughts and feelings. Behavioral approach. Behavioral approach to personality are a way of understanding personality that focus on triad behavior and patterns a person displays on different situations. This approach has been evolved during the early 20th century, when the psychologists first began to study behavior and personality. In the context of the study of personality, the behavioral approach focuses on understanding and explaining personality trait and characteristics based on observable behavior. This approach suggests that personality is primarily a product of learned behavior and the environmental factors that shape them. According to the behavioral approach to personality, individual behavior are influenced by the rewards and punishment they receive in response to their actions. Personality traits are seen as consistent pattern of behavior that are acquired and maintained through reinforcement process. Now let's see some key aspects of the behavioral approach to the study of personality. First one, observable behavior. The behavioral approach emphasizes studying and analyzing observable behavior as the primary source of information about personality. These behaviors are typically categorized, classified, and measured to identify the patterns and traits. Let's see an example of observable behavior. Observing a person raising their hand in a classroom to ask a question, or noticing someone smiling and making eye contact during a conversation. These are observable behavior, that is, we can observe. Next is learning and conditioning. Behaviorists propose that personality traits are learned through processes such as classical conditioning and operant conditioning. Classical conditioning occurs when a neutral stimulus becomes associated with a specific response, resulting in development of conditioned response. And the operant conditioning involves the use of reinforcement or punishment to strengthen or weaken specific behavior. For example, classical conditioning: a dog salivating when it hears a bell that has been repeatedly paired with presentation of food. Then operant conditioning: a student receiving praise and a high grade after studying and performing well on a test, leading to increased motivation to study in the future. The theories of classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and observational learning. Detailed video on these topics I have done earlier. Link is there in the description box. You can check that. Next key aspect of behavioral approach is environmental influence. The behavioral approach highlights the significance of environment in shaping personality. The behavior individuals exhibit are believed to be influenced by the situational and social factors they encounter. The focus is on understanding how the external stimuli and environmental cues impact an individual's behavior and subsequently shape their personality. For example, a child growing up in a nurturing and supportive family environment, they may develop prosocial behavior such as sharing and empathy. And being exposed to violent media content may increase the likelihood of aggressive behavior in individuals. So, the environment can influence one's behavior. Then, behavior modification. The behavioral approach can be applied to modify and change the maladaptive behavior and personality traits. Techniques such as positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, and punishment can be used to encourage desired behavior and discourage the undesired one. Behavior modification strategies aim to modify the personality traits by altering the underlying behaviors. For example, weight loss program offering the financial incentive for reaching weight loss goal to motivate the participants to engage in healthier behavior. A study have shown that people who have offered incentives lose more weight than those who have not offered incentives. Next is a therapist using a token economy system, where a person earns token for desirable behavior and can exchange them for reward or privileges to help a child with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. They can improve their attention and self-control through these rewards. Another key aspect is experimental research. Similar to the broader behavioral approach, the study of personality from a behavioral perspective, they often employs experimental research methods. Controlled laboratory studies and behavioral observation are conducted to examine the relationship between specific behavior and personality traits. For example, conducting a study in controlled laboratory setting to investigate the effect of praise on task performance in children, or using an experimental design to examine the impact of exposure to different type of music on individuals' mood. Now let's have a quick recap on what we have learned. We have learned the behavioral approach. What is behavior and personality, how they are connected, and the key aspects of behavioral approach, which includes observable behavior, learning and conditioning, environmental influence, behavior modification, and experimental research. The behavioral approach has contributed valuable insight into understanding how the environmental influences can shape and modify personality through observable behavior. Hope you liked this video. Please share and subscribe. Thank you and keep smiling. The upcoming video will be on the cultural approach.